Welcome. Just a few minutes ago, Tupac quote, "Nothing I can stand more than a liar. Nothing I can't stand more than a liar." Meaning, like, there's nothing in the world worse to him than a liar, you know? Being a very authentic Gemini, that would not um, tolerate, have less impatience with people who come from a insincere, over flattering, or just out and out lie position, just coming from a space of liar, okay? So why did that come to me? Because I had on my mind that I was a little fed up with deceit, even in a spiritual community where people come for guidance. And when you're coming for spiritual guidance, you're more vulnerable, you're more open, you're more trusting of your information, because you assume that someone on the other end who is also spiritual or in the business of spirituality, that they're not going to lead you astray, that they can be trusted, that they, why else would they be in it if not to lead you on the right way? Why would they want to lead you astray, right? Unfortunately, there are some channels, some backings behind some spiritual channels that do want to lead you astray. And I do have a very low tolerance for that. So I just want to encourage everyone to always keep your head, like you keep a cap on your head. Never leave your intuition, your own mind, your own heart. Never leave that behind or on the back burner for anyone else. And I think of it like a trade-off. There is no trade-off. I don't care how expert someone is, what kind of experience or titles they hold, how much they claim to be closer to God than you. No one really is closer to God than another. That's number one. But number two, no one knows what's best for you more than you. You can hear others' opinions, others' perspectives or insights, but never walk away letting that trade off for what you already know for yourself, for what you already innately know within. Never do that, because trading off only means that you trust someone else's insight more than your own, and it's kind of like betraying yourself. So don't ever do that. Always check yourself first against any information that you're receiving. And if it sounds like it doesn't fit, if it's just not right for you, and that happens all the time. You can get guidance or hear something and say, okay, well, it's just not for me. But I'm talking about, I've witnessed guidance that really would derail someone. Saying, for instance, your ancestors said for you to do this, or my guides told me that today you shouldn't do that. And I'm thinking, but if logic says for you to do that, or if your intuition says for you to do that, and this is actually a perfect time for you to do that, then I hope that people don't walk away thinking, I trust everything you said. And in fact, that was not that the moment. Let me just say that I understand that moment, it was not being sincere. So that's what made me frustrated, because I think that we all doing this, giving advice, it should always come from the best. No, you're not going to always get it right 100% for everybody, but at least be coming from sincerity and not have an ulterior motive. That is why I said I have a low tolerance for that. Not that I'm expecting for everybody to flip a king of wands and know exactly what that king of wands means for that person. No, I'm not insanely perfectionist or what have you. I'm saying that I sense when there's corruption, there's spiritual corruption, and I want you to be aware of that, and I want you to always trust yourself ahead of anyone else, online or offline. And with that, let's flip some cards and get some guidance. see what Spirit has to say. I'm just grabbing any deck. I had not even thought about which decks would be good for this because I wasn't really going to talk about this right now, but I felt like I could not talk about it. And I'll say this, just for instance, if you feel like being creative and throwing yourself into projects, don't listen to any guidance that tells you to slow down, put up your feet, and fight the urge to create. If you feel like relaxing for the day, don't let anyone come and persuade you that you need to dig in and force yourself. I just feel like you need to go with your own innate senses, your own intuition with how you move and operate through this world. It should not come from me or anyone else. Even what I say to you here, with love, with all the love in the world, and I try to stay balanced, and I may like try to add to you, you know, this might not be for you, that kind of thing. But whatever it is for anyone, it's not going to tell you concretely not to do this. If you're feeling it, then one reader had the nerve to say, if you're feeling energized, then that's not your feelings. That's not you wanting to do something. And your guides don't want you to be so passionate. What? Are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. And that could be your spark for you to work on that project. You could be co-creating with the divine. You could have a great idea that you're supposed to use that passion at that moment. And then you stifle it because someone said your guides told you to stifle it. Not cool. Obligation. Okay. Stop telling yourself you should. When you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself, you stop your flow of abundance. And that is what's getting to me. I'm sensing that there is something. How can I say? There is a motive behind it to stop the flow of your abundance, telling you you should, and it's in quotes, literally should. Unbelievable. Thank you, divine. Stop telling yourself you should do this or should do that, you know, or listening to someone else tell you that you should flow. That's what you should do, if I may, you know, use the word. Okay, allow yourself, not should, allow yourself to flow, to listen from within, your inner guidance. You are connected to your own spirit team. You are connected to your ancestors more than anyone else. So, yeah. Okay, what else? Patience. I guess Divine said this one's for you, babe. Patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. And I'm feeling like when you're going for guidance, because you really want an answer, you're frustrated, you want an answer for now. You want things to happen like popping. You want it popping. And Divine is saying that that might be the reason why you're rushing for guidance that might actually set you back. Because this person doesn't know what's good for you more than you. So just be a little bit patient while you work out the kinks, while you feel your way, while doors open for you even. You know, if you really are in a pinch, of course, seek out some immediate assistance, aid, help, resources. But for the most part, you're not going to really get that quick answer through anyone else. Take the high road. You're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. Yeah, kind of like what I was saying in a way. Like, whatever you can do right now, take that course of action. whatever's the most positive way, or that you feel is going to bring you to the most positive end result. That's the way you want to go. Even when you don't know exactly, just feel your way through it. What feels good? Even with the advice from people, when you're, going to church, getting counseling, in the doctor's office, listening to TikTok, YouTube, what feels good to you? If it makes your body shirk or shrink away from it, or clench up, or get nervous, or your spine start to feel tight, no, that is not for you. All right. So that's enough of that. I'll draw one card from this and then an angel message. It's one thing to be inauthentic in any space. I'm not for it. I'm just not for it. But especially when it comes to religion, spirituality, even like anything related to parenting, some things are just sacred. You don't mess with those spaces. I'll take it as on top. There was a lot of them though. Can I get another? Thank you. Okay. First we got centered calm. It came up on top of a stack, so I took it. Okay. Instead of putting it back in with the others. Reacting is easy, but choosing with wisdom takes grounded stillness. A decision born in chaos will carry its frequency. Not making hasty decisions with your life in a chaotic mood, that's never going to be advice. I don't even think anyone, online would dare, because it would be glaringly wrong for you to do that. So, what else? Be centered and calm no matter what you do, especially when it comes to, when I say that, I mean when you are making big decisions for yourself, for your family, for your career, for your health, things like that, major decisions, you want to make a calm, grounded, cool-headed decision, not like quick on the spot. However, sometimes when things are a little bit messy inside, you can create the best art. That's what I'm saying. On the flip side of this, it's just making me think and go back to that. Not everything in life has to come from perfection or organization, or sometimes when you feel all over the place, it's the best time for you to write, to channel that energy in a good way. It's the best time for you to paint. It's the best time for you to create or innovate or invent something. Start researching even. Just your ideas are flying. Just start asking questions online. What if I did this? What would happen? What if I combined this? What would happen? Brainstorm, If you have a team of people that you can collaborate with, that might bring out the best results when you do feel like a little bit not perfect. Okay. The next we get negative creator. Speaking of being a creator. You're a creator no matter what. The question is, are you creating from fear or truth? Yes. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you go for guidance, whether it be church, in a pew, okay, physical space, or in front of a YouTuber, or in front of someone, watching your TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, sometimes, is it truth or is it fear? Because sometimes the situation makes you feel more fearful after you get the guidance or the advice or the what Spirit said today, it shouldn't make you, I said this months ago in a video, it should never leave you feeling fearful or anxious. A lot of the titles even that say, it's like it meant for you to grab you in a way where you don't want to miss it because the information might save your life. Automatically, you're in a fear mode. And usually, almost always, is a bunch of nonsense. So, yeah, is it fear or is it truth? Is what the divine wants you to always ask yourself. Is it fear? Does it register with you as something that make you scared of anything, cautious of anything? Or is it bringing you truth? And I'll add something else. Is it bringing you beauty? Is it bringing you relaxation? Is it bringing you something that you didn't know before that you could use in a good way? Okay, now for the angel message. Even some of these cards, they make me like say, okay, what are we going to get? But then I realize that it's worded at least in a way where it's crafted in a way where it's wisdom, but not to scare you. It's just advice. It's good advice. Otherwise, I would remove one or two. Okay. Angels. Connections. Beautiful, not dark. Like lots of bright, colorful light. Your energy is aligning with others who walk in similar frequencies. Expect connections and encounters that feel expansive and mutually empowering. Yes. Yes. Connecting, whether again in church, with the doctor, the community leader, or on YouTube. Whoever you connect with, it should be someone who makes you feel expansive and mutually empowering. Beautiful. And with that, I will see you in the next reading.